The phone buzzed while she chewed. I watched my sister's mouth move, slow, satisfied, over the last bite of the meal I'd labeled mine. Again. The screen lit up with a text from an unknown number. "Did you mean to leave the almond paste out this time?" My pulse didn't spike. It narrowed. Across the table, she smiled at me with that careless, bloodless grin, the one that pretended innocence while daring me to accuse her. Her fork scraped porcelain, a small sound, loud in my head. I didn't answer the text. I watched her swallow. The room smelled warm, roasted vegetables, oil, spice, familiar, safe. That was the problem. Safety is what you weaponize when you want someone to lower their guard. She dabbed her mouth. "Relax," she said lightly. "I barely touched it." Barely. My stomach stayed still. My thoughts didn't. They stacked, organized themselves. This wasn't about food anymore. It never had been. Food was just the method, the excuse, the way she tested how much of me she could take without consequence. Another buzz, same number. "She doesn't know, does she?" I finally replied. "She knows enough." I slipped the phone face down and met my sister's eyes. There was something flickering there now, a hesitation she hadn't rehearsed. Good. She'd been accidentally eating my food for months, leftovers gone, lunches half-emptied, desserts sampled down to crumbs, always an apology wrapped in a joke, always plausible deniability. We shared a house, shared a past, shared grief that had calcified into resentment. She said I was too rigid, too quiet, too controlling. What she meant was too observant. I started noticing patterns. Only my meals, only the ones I prepped carefully, only when she was stressed, angry, bored. She fed on what I built, then blamed me for being upset about it. But the real betrayal surfaced sideways. A bank notification I didn't recognize, a password reset I hadn't requested, a comment from a coworker. "Didn't know you liked it spicy now." I didn't. She did. She wasn't just eating my food, she was stepping into my life, wearing it, testing how far she could go before I snapped, and how convincingly she could deny it when I did. I told myself I was imagining it, that siblings blur, that trauma leaks, but denial is just fear with better grammar. I didn't confront her. I observed. I changed recipes, logged ingredients, watched her reactions, noted what disappeared first, what she avoided. I pulled credit reports, set silent alerts, cross-checked logins. I let her think I'd given up. Inside, something sharpened. I learned about the allergy she'd lied about having, how she exaggerated symptoms for attention. I learned what she actually couldn't tolerate. I learned how often she read my messages when I left my phone charging. I planted harmless traps, a note worded wrong, a meal labeled inaccurately. She fell into every one. Still, I waited, because revenge isn't loud, it's patient. The test results came in on a Tuesday, not medical, financial, digital, everything traced back to her, every mistake, every accident. I printed the report. That night, I set the table carefully, cooked slowly, deliberately. I made her favorite dish, adjusted one thing, something she'd sworn she could handle. She took the first bite. I slid the folder across to her. She froze mid-chew. "What's this?" she asked, voice already cracking. "Read," I said. Her hands shook, pages fluttered, color drained from her face, not fear, recognition. "You went through my stuff," she whispered. "No," I said, "I watched you go through mine." She looked up at me like I'd hit her. I hadn't raised my voice once. "I made that meal just for you," I said calmly, "the way you like it. The way you always take it." Her breath came fast now. She pushed the plate away. "You're sick," she said. "You planned this." "Yes." One word, clean. I stood, collected my phone, my keys. I'd already canceled the accounts, locked her out, left copies of the report with people who mattered. "I never cared about the food," I told her. "I cared that you thought I wouldn't notice." She cried then, loud, ugly, reaching. I didn't look back. I moved out the next morning, left the kitchen spotless, empty fridge, nothing for her to take. I don't miss her. I miss who I thought she was. That version never existed, just hunger wearing a face I trusted. Now when I cook, I eat alone, and nothing goes missing anymore.